The number one thing, the number one defense that you have against narcissists and toxic people is boundaries. Boundaries, boundaries, motherfucking boundaries. All night, all day. Oh, and you better believe that the change, it's like poking a hornet's nest in your house. When you suddenly put your foot down and you're no longer engaging in conversations that would end in shouting matches because you were so frustrated at the insanity making of the conversations and the lack of accountability and the gaslighting. And I would just want to expose the lying garbage that you're spewing. And it was like I was compelled to engage. But you know what? Now it's different. Now it's very different. Now I don't feel compelled to engage with your stupidness or your ignorance. I don't feel compelled to lower myself down to be at that level where we're talking on your level. If your level is full of lies and gaslighting and toxicness, I'm sorry, fuck that. Fuck it. Everybody who's not respecting my new boundaries of the way I want to be treated, spoken to, which is really easy because just do how I treat you. I am considerate. I am respectful. I am friendly. And when I say considerate, I don't just mean of people's needs, but of community situations. I was raised by my grandmother, who was in the Baptist church, and if anything influenced me to have manners for other people, it was having her as a grandmother. She made it crystal clear that you don't live in a vacuum and that the things that you do affect other people. And it's good to be in harmony with other people as much as possible. But the one thing that I forgot that my grandmother did that I haven't been doing is she had boundaries. She might have been an upstanding, helpful, respected individual in the community, but she also never took no shit. Which means nobody was going to disrespect her without her speaking up for herself, and nobody was going to cross the boundaries that she set without her doing whatever she had to do to right what that was. Which means when you're coming from a ghetto community, it may mean something as simple as, I'm not going to stay out here, and when I'm a Christian woman going to church and argue with you drunk people, I'm going to call the cops. Okay, that was something that I never witnessed in my mother, and I tucked it away, and it was like a nugget in the back of my head. But now I've been going through stuff, and I can just, how can I expect myself to not, to feel empowered if I allow myself to be in situations where I'm letting people speak to me and talk to me in ways that are not good for the both of us. Like they're not respecting the best of both of us. When you're coming to me with manipulation, covert lies, overt lies, gaslighting, you have brought your false, fake, deceitful, worst part of yourself to me. Boundary set. Done. You don't get any of this. You don't get no conversation from me. You don't get no understanding. You get no empathy. You get no compassion. You get no engagement. You get silence. You get a walk away. You get ignored. You get left to stew in your own shit. That's it. I'm not debating. So here's what I'm not doing. I am not making excuses. I am not justifying. And I am not validating anything for anybody about myself and the boundaries that I'm setting against toxic behavior. I don't have to do it. I don't have to engage. This is my boundary. This is what I'll put up with. This is what I'm not putting up with. Here's the consequences if you go past that. That's all there is to talk about. If you don't pass those boundaries, we're fine. You pass those boundaries, you will see. You will see. Because this old compassionate victim, nice me, she's evolving. She is evolving because she's seeing all the ways that not only she allowed herself to be victimized, but all the ways that she could have stopped it and how she can stop it now. And it's really uncomfortable for people. A lot of tension and mumbling and, family members talking about you behind your back to each other because they don't like your attitude recently. But these are also the exact same people that want you to stay where they want you, which is broken, confused, and unempowered. They want to keep you in a position where obviously you've been serving their needs by making them a priority for a long time and catering to whatever it is that enabling their lack of growth, their inability to self-reflect, and you perpetuate that in themselves. But when I put my boundaries down and I put my foot down and I said no, then people start screaming and squealing and yelling, and there's fights and there's arguments because how dare I say, you don't get to talk to me that way. I just asked you something simple. I asked you for help and here I am doing this, and then you're going to treat me like this? I'm not having it. That is it. Forever, for everybody. You don't get me if you don't come to me on my level, because I don't want you and I don't need you for anything. I've got my inner self, my inner world, what I'm learning, what I already know is fundamental. And I don't need to have anybody in my life and world that doesn't respect me and brings me toxic shit. And that goes for anybody. Family, old friends, community, anybody. Lovers, it doesn't matter who you are. If you are a toxic person, and you come around me with it, the new me is not going to deal with it. No, you will not get drama. You will get the opposite of drama. You will get a and a and we'll see. And then you will see. Because that's it. And if I have to stay upstairs in my room and be by myself, I don't care. Because if you don't want to be around me because you don't want to effort to treat me with the respect that I deserve, then go fuck yourself and we'll be separate and we'll stay separate until we're completely physically separate. It's fine by me. It's fine by me. I have a standard now. I don't just need anybody. I need valuable, quality, loving, open, engaging people. And I won't settle for less. And I don't have to. I don't have to because there's no law, there's no rule, there's no judge, there's no police that are going to make me have to engage with anybody's garbage. It's very freeing. But like I said, you will definitely deal with some pushback. But that's just letting you know that you're on the right track. And if it gets to the point where you got to go, then you got to go. And you leave. Remove yourself. Or tell them to remove themselves. Say, hey, you go. I'm not changing. This is it. You don't like it? Bounce. You're going to face this every day in every situation until you're so sick of it that you change or you leave. That's it. I'm not changing. Nope. 46 years old. Going to turn 47 soon. And I don't know when my physical time here is done. But that's it for me. And everybody in it. Anyways. That's all I had to say for today. Because that's where I'm at. Bye-bye.